I would like to invite Azeez sir.
Gentlemen and ladies, a very, very good morning to everybody. US, you all know that this is the cradle of business industry. An Indian coming from India to US and talk on business, that is something like, pouring a few drops of water in a vast ocean, because this is where the action is happening for the last so many years. So I always wondered why US is so strong technologically and the largest economy in the world. It is just maybe hardly 200 plus years old only. Young, I would say the US is a young country compared to India, China, or in Britain also. You take it any other country, it is a young country. But you being, and it's an epitome of economic and technological powerhouse, that's what I would say. So world economy is revolving around US for decades, and still it is continuing. You are the number one, no doubt. We talk about China is coming up, nothing. Still, you take the, I was just going to the last, the best 16 countries, companies in the world, first 6 to 7 is again US only. So that is what your position is there. And only country, see, I've been wondering what could be the reason? Why maybe China is not coming, maybe India is not coming, maybe Japan is not coming. In spite of all the money what they have in Japanese, they've got a lot of surplus money there. Then I thought maybe I may be wrong, maybe I may be right, but I thought because it's because of the immigration policy. This is the one country which accepts people from all over the world, irrespective of caste, creed, and religion. That is a wonderful thing, I would say, because no other country is accepting. India is not accepting people like what you do it here. So that is one reason, and US attracts the best brains in the world. Best brains who like to come to settle down and work in US. I think that is what the reason, maybe that's what my conclusion is that is what is spearheading the technological advancement of the country US, what it is today. And it is said, the world saves money for what? To invest in dollars. The best example is the Japanese. Japanese even starve to save money and invest in US. So that you all could, you Americans simply splurge, you work on, I was told that you just live on, not you Malayalis, and generally most of the US people will live on credit card. So you do spend, but somebody else is saving for you and investing here. That's a great joy, I really appreciate that. And I was told that every year, 1 million students are coming to US for studies. And out of which, just last week, there was somebody who was consulate of Indian, consular in China. He gave a very startling revelation. He said, 6 out of 10 is from India. Well, that is a great thing. That's what I said yesterday. If you remember, I said, I'm expecting maybe in 20, 30 years, we are going to get a president from Indian origin. So I think that the number is going up and up. I am sure that India is going to be a real number in this country. Coming to Indian economy, yes, India is also doing well. Our rating has gone up from 6 to 4, it has gone up, first class. Of course, we had some problems in a couple of years. You know that maybe you may not be aware, but you would have read in the newspapers that one is the demonetization. Yes, that has affected a lot of SMEs and small-scale industries was affected, and thousands and thousands of industries had to close shop because of the demonetization. That was 2 years ago. Then last year we rolled out, the GST was rolled out, and that also created some confusion in the market. But of course, India is a very resilient country, that's why we are surviving, you know that. So that is the reason now we are bouncing back now. India's prospects are good now, and economy is showing a upward trend, and we expect anything more than GDP of 7% is what we expect. So that is a great thing that's going to happen to the country. And last month, the GST collection has crossed 100,000 crores. That was a big collection. So things are happening in India also. Don't think that only US is happening, India is also happening. Now coming to Kerala, what's the situation? Kerala, Kerala has always been, never had industry, that business was not much in Kerala. It always been an agrarian economy. Agriculture was the major income. Maybe some industries, that when you came from Kerala, what industries, we didn't have much. Maybe some industry, FSCT, then HMT, and it's all on ICU now, almost dead now. Nothing is happening there except maybe a couple of industries like Cochin Refinery is doing well, maybe shipyard is there. That's it. So there's not much of industry and entrepreneurs. We started, in fact, Joyatan and we started the entrepreneurship in Kerala maybe 30 years ago. We started. So that is the time we started putting up industries and setting up business in Kerala. Now things are happening now. A lot of youngsters are coming to business. They are setting up SMEs now. So major issue in Kerala, major issue in Kerala, what is the problem? Why industries are not, why major investment is not coming is because, see, we don't have land. Land is a bigger issue, it's a scarce material. Where is scarce raw material in Kerala? That is a major issue. Only 1/3 of the land could be utilized in Kerala. 2/3 is not. So water is you have lakes and huge, mountains are there, hills are there. So Kerala, only 1/3 of the land can be used. That's the reason all over Kerala you can see that land is so costly, so costly. Unlike Tamil Nadu or Karnataka, you go up 10 kilometers, maybe Chicago, maybe 25 kilometers, you get land cheap. But in Kerala, that's a major issue. Bigger industries are not coming. But yes, small industries, yes, IT, maybe tourism, education, healthcare, and real estate, yes, there's a big scope for that. So a lot of people are coming now, and there is a potential is there in Kerala because we have a large number of educated and skilled labor is available in Kerala. That is the boon in Kerala. And if you just check up what's happening in Bangalore, that is the IT capital of the country. And 30%, mind you, 30% of the IT professionals working in Bangalore are from Kerala's Malayalis. So that is a big thing what has happened. Now what I suggest is that maybe something you should do, maybe then I recommend we can talk later. And FOMAA should do something to educate the young and the skilling. Skilling is what required because Kerala, what was it, as I said earlier, there's not much of a scope for doing a large, big industry is not possible. But then if we can export human resources, that's what is happening over last maybe 2-3 decades. It's happening. It can do it well for us. Now coming to the real estate industry, which I'm representing, it is said real estate is the mother of all industry. Without real estate, you don't have anything. This is a real estate, hotel, hospital, factory. You have to have a real estate. Without we don't. So that is one thing going to stay. People have been talking in one of the seminars in a couple of months ago, maybe last year, we had a seminar in Bangalore, Cochin, where IT, Wipro chairman and the CEO came and had a talk. He was talking about, Azeez, it's coming, AI is coming, artificial intelligence is going to come. It is going to take over entire work, What do you do? The factory is going to be monitored and worked by maybe by the robots. Even hospitals, doctors, you might find it difficult also. The very difficult, complicated surgeries also could be done by AIs. So that was talking, he was trying to, it was a very scary talk. He said, look, everything is going to be taken away. I said, next time I was the speaker, next time he said, no, I'm not worried. Don't end up, I am from the real estate industry. Real estate industry is not lokathu nadakula. Appo nammal ningalku venam jeevikkanengil IT venengil hospital factory venengil you have to have a real estate has to be there. So real estate has to stay. So that is one thing what is going to happen. That is what is going to gear up the industry in Kerala. I would come to that later. So that is what it is. And Kerala also, what happens is now there's a lot of demand for commercial and residential property in Kerala and India. In India, India, see, the deficit, housing deficit is 30 million, 3 crores. 3 crores of housing is what is required in India. So that's the kind of, you talk about, that's the kind of a shortage you talk about in Indian housing. So next 25 years, there's going to be a huge demand is on there. And Indian, what happens in India, our population is going up. Unlike China and Japan, his population is coming down, it's a negative growth. So India next 25 years is 3 crores. Another 25, 20 million. So next 50 years, I can guarantee you there, you invest in real estate, that is going to give you money. So that is what I would suggest, that you should look at investment in real estate and seriously. Coming back to the Skyline, see, we've been there in industry for the last 3 decades, we've been there. last 30 years we've been in industry. As I told you last week, I came 25 years ago. First visit was in 25 years ago when I came to US first time. So in this last 30 years, we have completed an ongoing 142 projects we have working on that. We completed 123 or so. Then the rest of the projects are going on now. Another 20 projects coming up now. And we have more than 7,000 families we housed in a beautiful home there. They are comfortably settled there in our Skyline homes there. And we have constructed square feet, if you ask me, that 15 million square feet, that's 1.5 crores of square feet is what we have done. A small state of Kerala. I wouldn't say that we are bigger, but then whatever possibly in the state of Kerala, I think last 10 cities we operate. We operate from Calicut to Trivandrum. We operating. We have all over the place, Calicut, Tricur, Cochin, Kottayam, Tiruvalla, Palai we have, Koilon we have, Trivandrum we have. So that's what our portfolio is, and and we have got clients in everywhere. Only see the major problem in Kerala. That's what I want to talk about. We talk about business. See, this is one thing I want to. Unfortunately, you don't have youngsters, business people. If you are planning to do in business, what happens is the market is very small. Who will come and invest in Kerala? Only Malus. Only Malayalis will come and invest in Kerala. So that is a major problem we are facing. Whereas in Bangalore, who are all investing in Bangalore? Any Malayali, not only in Malayali, any Indian will invest in Kerala. I'm sure a lot of people, 30% investment is what made in Bangalore is today is from Malayalis. IT sector, Malayalis have invested 30%. So coming back to Kerala, we don't have that kind of people coming and investing. So that is a big challenge. That's a big challenge. That's the reason I took my bag. I was 80 kilos, I had 2 bags in the system. 40 kilos, 2 bags, I had no choice. I had no choice. But see, that's what business is what about. See, when you don't have a market there back home, what do? You go to a market where market is there. So I've realized that point of time, 25 years ago, maybe 28 years ago, I started marketing our product outside Kerala. So we're going all over the world where Malayali is there. 54 countries today, we got the clients from 54 countries, we got Malayalis invested in Skyline. So if you ask me, that is my satisfaction that wherever Malayali is there, we are there. And even if you name it, we've been there. All over the world we have gone. Just one example, I'll tell you. One place I went, where? Umtata. I've been to Umtata. You know where Umtata? I'm sure none of you know where Umtata is there. Where is Umtata? I've been to Umtata to sell my product for home. Where? It's in Africa, South Africa. I went to South Africa, very small. 50 teaching family was there. Teachers. So see, what I'm coming back is, Vincent, like market is they create a market. You can't say, oh, market, it's not that. The market is here to find a market. That's very important. Then you go to where market is there. Or create a market. That's what iPhone did. What Steve Jobs did? Steve Jobs, why he is considered to be revered as a genius even today? Now, Steve Jobs why? Because he is an icon. Which what has happened is, see, he created product and create a market for the product. That is a great thing what he did. See, iPod, Namali Sony team, with Pata seating and Arel Tuki and a you remember Sony Walkman. See, man, he totally changed the scenario. Technology changed. He came with iPod. iPod Kuchan sign, Kunjan sign, pocket pocket 2,000 songs you could do that. Just imagine, he changed the entire industry is changed. And Walkman, Sony went out of the market. Just imagine that. So that is innovation you talk about it. And he came out with iPad. iPad on the pin, what has happened? You can carry your iPad all over the world. But iPad, iPhone, what do you call it? Lap iPad is your take one. So he changed the entire scenario. Entire technology is changing and world, that's why he loved the people is loved. Now, of course, iPhone, you know that even iPad and iPod, you have just iPhone with you. That's end of it. Everything is taking care. That is what the technology is about. That is what I want to tell you, that when business, any business for that matter, you have to find new ways. And this is a market we have to find. That's why it's AI. AI no, nothing to worry. AI artificial intelligence, robots are working. Don't worry, ladies. You will have the relax. And you'll do all sort of, you can relax. Nothing to worry, you need not work. I think that's what is going to happen in the future. So let us not worry. Now, absolutely nothing to worry about it. So I think should be happy because lot of free time get to. So that's what I think we should maybe waiting for that. I'm waiting for the AI to go, so I want to retire. So everything he'll do it. So absolutely nothing to worry about it. See, so what is happening in real estate in Kerala is coming to the reality I want to come back to say is, in Kerala, you all know for that matter, maybe elsewhere in the world also, maybe you would have invested in yours also. A lot of people lost money. A lot of people money. You know why? Because you see, you lost money means you invested and you didn't get the product on time. Or when the quality was not proper as per what was told you. This is, I'm going to get it, but you didn't get it. Not as per the standard what it was, promised you. So main reason I would say, one of the reasons I would say that yes, you are to be blamed. 50% I would blame on you because see, there is a dictum is there, let the buyer beware. See, you go and check up. So when you buy a home, why don't you make a check-up? When you go to car, you buy a car. Sadhara car, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs car, നമ്മൾ ഓടിച്ച് നോക്കി പിടിച്ച് നോക്കി ഓടിച്ച് നോക്കുന്നു നോക്കി ഇരുന്ന് ഓടി നോക്കി 5 10 15 പ്രാവശ്യം നമ്മൾ എല്ലാ മോഡലും നോക്കി ultimately you come and zero down on particular product. Unfortunately, with real estate, what has happened, a lot of people, I'm not sure that there are people maybe sitting here also, see, invested in Kerala and lost a lot of money. You know why? Because you didn't do your homework properly. You didn't do your homework properly. When you buy a property which is costing 40-50 lakhs, maybe a crore of rupees, you should have been more careful. It's a hard-earned money. And see, maybe 80% you may be going for a loan. And just imagine if you don't get your property within that specified time. And if at all somebody is not even delivering your property, and this is one product where you pay in advance, 100% advance you are paying. And you are taking a loan of say 80 lakh rupees, maybe 30, 40, 50 lakh rupees loan for 15 years. And if you don't get a delivery, what's going to happen? You are going to be a slave. You're going to be a slave to the bank. You'll be working next 15, 20 years to pay off to the bank. That's what is going to happen. So that's what's happening to people. So why I would suggest is that if at all whenever you want to buy a property, I'm not talking in Kerala. All over the world, you buy here also, wherever in the world when you buy in a property, you make a specific checkup has to be there with who is the builder, what is his credibility, what has he done, has he got the capability to execute the project as per the quality standard what is being promised. That's very critical, very critical. So that's what I would say, that you should try to do that. In fact, that is the reason people lost a lot of money. In fact, even today, after 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, the people have not got possession. 3 things mantras in deliveries, in the project is in Skyline, we follow is one of the quality part of us. Quality has to be the best. Because Malayalis, one thing about Malayalis, housing, he wants the best and she wants the best. What do you mean by quality? Quality is just not a home. It's okay. See, that has got a lot of parameters. One start with the location. Just one of the best location. That's a quality part of the quality. Location has to be good. Number 1. Everything should be available. Then the design. Normally what happens is, unfortunately, people, you don't look at the design part. Our design is very, very critical. Lighting and ventilation. And kitchen has to be proper, has to be there. All facility, you comfort when you go home. When you go home, you should be very comfortable. You are going to relax. I am going my home, my sweet home. That is where you've got to be very, very careful. That is very important. than that, the designing part of it. And we have, you won't believe it, we have architects, 30 architects from different part of the country we are employing. India രാജ്യത്തെ ഏറ്റവും നല്ല ആർക്കിടെക്ട്സിനാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ എംപ്ലോയ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അല്ലാണ്ട് കേരളത്തിലൊന്നും രണ്ട് മൂന്ന് തട്ടിമുട്ടിയുള്ള ആൾക്കാരല്ല. We always go for different people. Madras, Bangalore, Bombay. We have, that's what we want, the best of the best for you. That's what we are creating, and that's what Malayalis, they want it. I know, because my clients, 90% is NRIs. I'm supposed to be NRI, a specialist in the housing. So I got 90% NRIs. I know what you are looking at. You have seen the best of the best in the world. You have seen yours, you go to the best of the best. You go to Dubai, he has got the best. So anywhere, any Malayali gone abroad in NRI, he has got the best, and he knows what he wants, and he cannot settle for second. So that's the reason we are very, very focused on that. If we do that, then delivery, of course, it is very critical that whatever we have promised, you have to give down time. Otherwise, you will be losing money, as I said earlier. So that is number two. Number three is the transaction has to be transparent. Again, coming back to yours, with this, I came to know only 25 years when I came. The people want very, very carefully here. They want transaction has to be very, very transparent and trustworthy. Trust is what is very important. So everything has to be legally verified. And you should not hassle. That's we always say. You word use it hassle-free. I don't want any problem tomorrow. So that's what we are offering it. We have, in fact, we have employed one person. Girishi is the executive. Is the Girishi is there for full time to cater the U.S. market. He is a territory manager of Skyline here in U.S. We have fostered him. So you nothing to worry about. Somebody is there to take care of you. Back home, of course, we have a fantastic team is there. Home care is there. Home care is one thing, we do everything for you. You sit here, nothing to relax. Maybe you are from Adur, maybe you are maybe from some remote village in Kerala, but you have an apartment quarter, maybe in Kochi, you might be wondering, nothing to worry, we are taking care of your interest. We have a home care, we'll arrange rental, we collect payment, put it in the bank. Okay, every month, 15 days or 30 days, so clean everything will be ready. So when you come, it is pick and span, you can just start living there. Or you want anything else you want to sell off, maybe some ultimate requirement, an emergency, you want to sell off, we are there to help you to sell off. We have Kerala, we accept one or two places, we have guest houses are there. You can go and stay there. Air-conditioned guest houses are there, free for all our clients. You can go and stay any number of time you want. If you don't charge a single paise, air-conditioned 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartments are there. Maybe you want to go to Kovalam, we have Toronto, one in Calicut, beautiful beach side. We have a property is there. Kannur on Payambalam beach, you have property. Go and stay there. Only for Skyline clients, That's only for you. So this is what the facility we take care of. We know that's very, very difficult for you to manage your property back home. And I would suggest that you should really look at investment in real estate in Kerala, or what Kerala means what I'm talking, because see, you need to spend only 15-20% of your total cost. 80% to get a loan. And India, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് NRS ഇന്ത്യ രാജ്യത്ത് ആകെ ലോൺ കിട്ടുന്നത്, അതും കൊളാട്രൽ ഇല്ലാതെ ലോൺ കിട്ടുന്ന ഒരേ ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ഉള്ളൂ, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഹൗസിങ്. ഫോർ എവറിത്തിങ് നമ്മൾ തറവാട് പോയിട്ട് ഭാര്യയും മക്കളും എല്ലാവരും കൊണ്ട് വയ്ക്കണം collateral, right? But for this you will get it's a collateral, and see, you get up to 80% loan, you get it. We need to pay only 15-20 years time. Comfortable, nothing to worry about, because what I'm telling you, as I said earlier, because of the land structure, because the construction, because the demand is so high, the appreciation is too good. Our product generally appreciates in 4 to 5 years, in 100% it appreciates. Sometimes it's 200% in 6 to 7 years. So that's kind of investment appreciation that is happening. So you can relax your property and your investment is safe in Kerala. That's the best thing that can happen. Yes, I said yesterday I was talking about 25 years, what has happened 25 years when I came, what has happened. I traveled length and breadth of the US, everywhere, you name it, I've been there. ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ 40 kg 2 bag ആയിട്ട് ഞെരങ്ങിയിട്ടുണ്ട് ഇവിടെ, all of US ഞെരങ്ങി. And I had that point when I came with, how much? 1 million Indian rupee, 10 ലക്ഷം രൂപ ആയിട്ട് ഞാൻ വന്നത്. Okay, 40 ദിവസം അവിടെ കറങ്ങി എല്ലായിടത്തും പണി. But ultimately when I went back, my pocket was empty, khalita. And my bag was empty because I had already destroyed all my leaflets. Bag was empty, my pocket was empty because I spent that 10 lakh rupees. But the only thing was that what was full was my heart was full. That's it. Now I decided that is a disaster. It's a failure. I do agree that it's a failure. I didn't do anything business. No, zero business this time on 45 days and spending that kind. I was wondering, had I spent that 45 days in a Gulf, that's the kind of business and market we do that. So, but in US, I thought, you're all, oh, come on. I thought when I came there, Fokana, Toronto, there's 2,000 families. 2,000 families, oh, I'll make a killing here in a family. $20,000, under $20,000 per flat. I thought it's a what? A peanut for you. Ultimately, that's what's happened. But then I couldn't figure out what went wrong. I didn't know what went wrong because we were doing everything. I was school, management school, 20 business school. Nothing worked. I just couldn't figure out what went wrong. Okay, fine. I knew that there's a market. I'll come back. I'll catch. I knew that. That's what I was telling Vincent. So what has happened is, yes, I came back after 5 years later. Now I've been working here, work, 1, 2, 3, 4, work that. Today we have a clientele of more than 550 clients from US alone. And I have taken how much money? Almost 500 crores. So I spent that. I'm going to take another 500 crores because you know that you have to invest somewhere. You have to invest. Don't put your money there in bank. Bank will give 1, 2, 3, 4% interest. Nothing is going to happen. Come to Skyline or come to anybody. I would say that in Kerala, anywhere in the world, I would say that you are going to make good money. One more thing, last 2 minutes, if you don't mind. I just wanted to give a small piece of advice to my elder sisters and brothers because who close 60 years. 60 വർഷം കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു ചെറിയൊരു അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു സജഷൻ ഉണ്ട് 60 വയസ്സ്. കാരണം ഇത് യു have been അതുവരെ 60 ആകുമ്പോൾ ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് റിട്ടയർമെൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റേജ് ഓർ ഗെറ്റിംഗ് റിട്ടയർമെൻറ്റ് സ്റ്റേജാണ്. എൻ്റെ സജഷൻ ഈസ് ദെയർ നോ വാട്ട് യു ഹാവ് ബീൻ വർക്കിംഗ് ഹിയർ ഫോർ സം ടൈം 20, 30 years, 20 വർഷം 30 വർഷം 40 കഠിനമായി അധ്വാനിച്ചു. ഞങ്ങൾ അധ്വാനിച്ചു പിള്ളേരെ നോക്കി എല്ലാം കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടു. Now time for you to retire. I would say that is the time you should really enjoy your life. What you should do is come home there, buy a Skyline home, and what you should do there, comes once in a year, 3, 4 months you should come there and do a wonderful time there. What is happening is, ഇവിടെ എനിക്കറിയാം ഞാനിങ്ങനെ എന്താണെന്ന് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇവിടെ വരാണ് രാവിലെ നമ്മൾ എണീക്കണം, ഫുഡ് ഉണ്ടാക്കണം, നമ്മൾ ഡിഷ് വാഷിംഗ് ഉണ്ട്, നമ്മൾ ലോണ്ടറി ഉണ്ട്. ചില ആണുങ്ങൾക്കാണെങ്കിൽ ഞായറാഴ്ച ഉറങ്ങുമ്പോഴായിരിക്കും വരുന്ന നെയ്ബർ വിളിച്ച് പറയും ഇവിടെ നീ ലോൺ മൂവ് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല, ഇല്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഫൈൻ അടിക്കും. ഇതൊക്കെ തലവേനല്ലേ. നാട്ടിലാണെങ്കിൽ യു ക്യാൻ റിലാക്സ് there, come with only $2,000 per month. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നല്ല പെൻഷൻ ഉണ്ടെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയാം. എല്ലാവർക്കും കൂടി 2 പേർക്കും കൂടി നല്ല പെൻഷൻ ഉണ്ടാവും. യു ജസ്റ്റ് സ്പെൻഡ് $2,000. യു ക്യാൻ ബി എ മിനി എലിസബത്ത് രാജ്ഞിയുടെ മിനി എലിസബത്ത് ആയിട്ട് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് യു ക്യാൻ ഹെൽപ്പ് യു ബിക്കോസ് യു ക്യാൻ ഹാവ് എ ഡ്രൈവർ. ഫൈൻ. വീട്ടിൽ കുക്കിങ്ങിനായിട്ട് ഫുൾ ടൈം ഒരാൾ വയ്ക്കാം. പിന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്കൊരു ലേഡി ബട്ട്ലർ നിങ്ങളുടെ കൂടെ ഉണ്ടാവും. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് മുടി വാരണം, ഇത് ചെയ്യണം, മുടി വേണം, എല്ലാ സാധനത്തിനും ഉണ്ടാവും. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഷോപ്പിങ്ങിന് പോകണം, പാർലറിൽ പോകണം, നിങ്ങൾ കൂടെ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാവും. ഐ തിങ്ക് ദാറ്റ്സ് വാട്ട് ദ ലൈഫ് യു ഷുഡ് റിയലി. ആൻഡ് മാൻ ഓൾസോ ഡോണ്ട് വറി, യു ക്യാൻ ഓൾസോ എൻജോയ് അബ്സല്യൂട്ട്ലി നത്തിങ് ടു വറി. ജസ്റ്റ് $2,000, just imagine. You can have a wonderful life. That's what I would say. Be happy. That's what my job is. Be happy. Make others happy. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.